In February 2017, I decided that I finally needed help. I wanted to talk to someone about my abortion experience, my relationship, my past, and my memory issues. At the time, I had Kaiser, and they set me up with an appointment with a recent graduate who was still under supervision to complete her hours. I only had one session with her, and I never went back, because honestly, it felt really awkward. So she spent the first 15 minutes of our session talking about confidentiality, and it was in a normal talking voice. But then when it was my turn to talk for the session, her tone changed into a more calm and deep tone, kind of like a yoga instructor, like the, yeah, go on. And she only listened. She didn't really provide any feedback while I was talking. It wasn't until the end of the appointment that she gave me some advice on sleep habits, and she showed me some resources on the Kaiser website and talked about possibly going to group therapy. I was actually glad that she got sick and canceled my next appointment. I took that as a sign that I can't depend on anyone else to get me out of my funk. It wasn't until this past May that I was in search for another therapist. This time around, I was on disability leave from work because I was mentally and physically in pain. So I was attending physical therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy weekly. My new therapist was a man who I found to be very easy to talk to. If I said I took a certain action and caused a bad reaction, he would give me tips to resolve that behavior by making me think in a different way. For example, if I said this past week that I got into a fight with Mike, he would ask, well, what was the fight about? I told Mike I needed to talk to him because I was feeling upset, and I wanted to discuss where we plan to live after he graduates. I feel like it would really benefit us if we can move to a different state or another city where we can afford the housing and start a family, versus, if we stayed here in the Bay Area, I don't know if we can even plan to move out of our parents' home. So then my therapist would ask, what was Mike doing when you started this conversation? Well, he was sitting at his computer. He was playing games because he was taking a break from studying. And then my therapist would point out, is this a good time to have this conversation? Because Mike was studying for a midterm later on this week. Or is this conversation urgent? No, because the future is months away. So could I have waited until his midterms were done? Yes. I like that our sessions were like having conversation with a friend. We take turns. It's not just me talking the whole entire time and then him giving some comments at the end. We worked on my sleep hygiene and developing and sticking to a daily schedule. I was basically teaching myself that if I'm upset about something, that I don't spend the whole day being upset and doing nothing. That I don't spend the whole entire week binging TV shows on Netflix. Instead, if I follow the schedule, I can let myself feel my emotions for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then continue with what's next. We also worked on Mike and I making sure that we spend some time with each other every week, mainly because I was feeling lonely because I was cooped up in the house while he's out spending time with his friends playing Magic. So we made sure to schedule some time to play games together. I would say that I learned a lot of helpful things. He had me think of my goals so I don't always end up in lose-lose situations. But I eventually ended my sessions with him in August. We were spending month after month going over my sleep issues, but what I really wanted to address was my past and how it was affecting me. Every now and then I'll have dreams or see pictures of people from my past, and it brings up a lot of negative memories and feelings. When I asked him if I could talk about my past, he said it was best not to if it wasn't directly affecting my present. There's no point in bringing up the past if those memories are going to cause more issues and make me more depressed, when right now I'm trying to work on my depression and reduce that. It doesn't affect me daily, maybe every 2 months or so, but I felt like it was important because it was triggering my anxiety and it was causing me to feel like things were left unresolved. I was also having anxiety going back to my therapist to express my needs because I hate what feels like confrontation. And so I emailed him after we were gone for 2 weeks saying that I was doing fine and that I didn't need to continue. I haven't gone out to look for another therapist yet because I feel like it takes a lot of effort to put myself out there and meet a stranger and tell them all my problems. It also makes me feel like I need to devote a lot of time to it because normally before a session, even though it takes only an hour, I end up being so focused on it that I don't do anything all morning. I was watching Jen Im's video, Spilling My Tea on All My Therapists, which I'll link down below, where she describes her experiences with 4 different therapists. And it made me think about what I want in my next therapist. Initially, I thought I would connect better with a woman when talking about things like sexual abuse, postpartum depression, and marriage. But comparing my therapists, I felt like it was easier to talk to the man, even though we didn't go deep into those issues. I think finding someone with a similar cultural background is helpful, especially when trying to understand my reasons to terminate and my feelings about how we got married. And I definitely want someone who sees the importance of the past. Doesn't the past make us who we are today? I want to understand why I am the way I am and what those experiences did to me. Even though I'm not seeing a therapist currently, I do think it's important for everyone to seek some help if they need someone to talk to. I mean, let's face it, you always tell yourself the most negative thoughts, and sometimes your friends can give you bad advice. A professional can help you work through your problems in a safe environment. Are you currently seeing a therapist, or are you looking for one? How many tries did it take for you to find the perfect one? Let me know in the comments down below. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and if not, let me know why. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can click over here to watch my previous video. Bye!